Services, yes, with consumer confidence and a housing market, but manufacturing?
Yeah, it's something of a surprise it's doing quite as well as it is, I must confess. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see a PMI in the sort of 55 region or so. That would be similar to, say, the States or some of the Scandis. But to be up at 58.5 or so, it is amazing, really.
And what is driving it, and what do we need to worry about?
Well, I think part of what's driving it is what's driving the service sector. So it is this story partly of a return to UK domestic consumer confidence. The FLS data out today was underlining the fact that credit conditions have eased really for SMEs and larger firms as well, and that's probably helping as well. What we probably need to be worried about is the fact that the global picture is not as strong as the domestic picture, and at the same time the UK currency is appreciating, albeit modestly, but it is appreciating. And so I would imagine we'll see some retracement of these high levels back towards the sort of mid-55s in the PMI later next year, I should say.
I don't want to rain on Osborne's parade, but you mentioned sterling and the appreciation, albeit a slow one. How long before that puts a cap on this, do you think?
Well, normally speaking, we reckon a tightening in financial conditions, such as the appreciation of the pound, has about a 6-month lag. So that's been going on for a little while. So I would foresee a good Q4 GDP print, for example, and probably a good Q1 GDP print. But we might start to see some cooling then around Easter and into the second half of next year.
No doubt Carney will be watching this employment sub-index. 5,000 jobs created a month. It's at a 3-year high. Does it put him... look, we've talked about his quandary vis-a-vis the unemployment rate for a few months now, but does it weigh a little bit more on him this?
Well, what you're getting at the moment really is even better activity than many people were penciling in, and alongside that you are seeing some improvement in employment. But in some respects, the difference between those, productivity, is developing much like the bank would expect. So they're not worried about any of that, but at the margin it potentially brings forward the day when you have to raise rates.
Where's the gilt yield going?
It's a bit firmer today, I think, on the back of that of stronger data, the FLS and the PMI, and we would imagine it will go higher over the course of the next year or so. I mean, if you look at gilt bond spread, for example, it's still a little bit below sort of 10-year highs, and there's no reason, given the outperformance of the UK, for it not to push through beyond that.